Call the meeting to order. Roll call. Here. 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 Any conflict? Item 4. Approval of minutes of the meeting of July 10th and July 17th.
I'd like to make a motion that we defer action on the minutes.
Second. Motion and a second. All in favor? Ayes have it. Item A. Bid recommendation for 171st Street sidewalk improvements received from United Consulting.
We did the bid tabulation. There were two bidders. Reed Riley Construction Company was the low bidder at $349,865. So United Consulting recommends that we make the award to Reed Riley, being the lowest and best bidder. And I'd like to make a motion that we concur with that.
Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Item B. Notice to owners of affected property received from the Hammond City Plan Commission.
I think that's just for informational purposes. An amendment to the zoning ordinance. So this just shows that they've notified all the property owners within a certain distance. I wonder if one of them is owned by the city. We just hold that for the record.
Very good. I'd like to recognize Senator Randolph, who's with us this morning. Senator Randolph, good morning. Item C, correspondence received. Yes, sir. Were you here on, I know you were asking about plan commission. You weren't here on, rental registration? We'll be with you in just a second. Item C, correspondence received from the Practical Environmental Consultants Incorporated requesting permission to close one lane on 174th Street and the left turn lane for southbound Kennedy Avenue to eastbound 174th Street for groundwater sampling at Speedway 7345 Kennedy Avenue.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve their request.
Motion? Second, all in favor?
Hold on, I have a question, Stan. Is this gonna be done now during the construction, or is that part of it?
This
Is
is
it selling out?
This is something separate, and I will contact our project engineers so that they coordinate the closure.
This thing going on. Motion? Second, all in favor? Ayes have it. Item D, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty requesting approval of the promotion to the rank of Master Sergeant for Sergeant A. Retzky and Sergeant R. Vaught, effective August 28, 2014, with pay adjustment and disposal authorization.
To make a motion that we approve all of his requests.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item E, hearing on property located at 4825 Oak, 1916 Calumet, 40 Warren Street, 222 Hanover Street, 4922 Cedar Avenue, and 4930 Cedar Avenue.
Good morning. I'm Gary Matthews. I'm the attorney representing each of those property owners. Unfortunately, Mr. Cook's schedule and mine hasn't jived. We haven't been able to set a meeting. We've talked several times trying to do that, but haven't been successful. If the board pleases, I'd ask that it be continued again till next month's meeting.
Want 30 days?
That would be fine.
October 2nd, we got elected?
I can't. I'll be in Michigan October 2nd, 2nd and 3rd.
The 9th.
The 9th would be fine.
Motion? Second. All in favor? Ayes have it.
Thank you very much.
Item F, hearing on property located at 734 169.
Yes, the owner's father passed away last night, so she requested a continuance to October 2nd.
My motion.
The motion, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Item G, hearing on property located at 7144 Grand Avenue.
He was here last week, a week premature.
Right.
I believe they're trying to,
Heard working something out.
you're right, bring back your
he's working with you guys?
Yeah, but we haven't got an agreement yet.
Continue to next.
30 days,
30? Second?
whatever the board wishes. Laura, 7144 grant?
7144 grant, he wanted to sign an agreement.
Yeah.
He signed the agreement, so he's going to
Do we need to continue it, or is when you and Kurt finally get a decision?
Yeah, let's continue with 30 days, and we'll see a status of that.
A motion?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item H, rental registration hearing on property owned by Miss Daisy Andrews.
Good morning, Lonnie Randolph on behalf of supposedly the owner, Daisy Andrews. What occurred is Mr. John Andrews was the owner of the property. He passed away of December of last year. And since that time, the daughter, an estranged daughter from the family, filed a petition for the state to open up the estate, and she's got appointed. To my knowledge, notice was sent to her about registering the property, but she failed to respond to it. Daisy found out later on, and she contacted me since I represent her in the estate matter. It's filed in front of Judge Davis right now. It's pending. And currently, the issue is whether or not the property will be included in the estate or not. If it's included in the estate, then the responsibility will be up to the court-appointed administrator, which is the daughter. Her name is Ebony Andrews. If it's not included to the estate, then Daisy Andrews will be obligated to register the property and pay the fine. I guess my concern right now is there's a registration fee of $80, and if you don't pay it in a certain time, there's a penalty. And it'll be, right now, the question is ownership of the property, whether it's going to be in the state and out of state. And so Daisy Andrews, not at fault concerning not registering, if in fact that's the case, because the notice was sent to the daughter at the location, who failed to respond to it. If I can, I would respectfully ask a couple things. One is for the inspector to come out to verify the tenants there and whether or not, 'cause to my knowledge, there's only one, that's the daughter, who's been appointed administrator of the state. The other 2 units, to my knowledge, have been unoccupied. The daughter's been living there rent-free, hasn't been paying anything. So at that point, I would respectfully ask that the inspector gets a chance to come out to verify how many tenants are there, and that the board consider waiving the penalty on Daisy if in fact the property is not included in the estate. Because if it's not included in the estate, then Daisy becomes the owner, then she'll be responsible for the $80 fee and everything.
Senator, what's the address of the property?
1138 Moore Street.
Okay. So,
We had this unit, it's been registered from 07 to 13, but it's,
because of the court thing going on.
because we aren't, there's not a definite owner in place yet. So we'd like to set up an inspection to see if the other two are occupied. If they aren't, we can work with, your attorney to go in and file the appropriate affidavits, and then.
Do we know who we're going to contact? Ebony or Daisy?
Supposedly,
Well-
Miss Ebony Andrews is living in the property, we would have to contact her, but it doesn't seem like she appeared on behalf, so I don't know.
Senator, do you know when this is going to be figured out in court?
I don't know. What I'll do is I'll contact the attorney for Miss Ebony Andrews and let her know what's happening with this, because they had informed her that we received a notice about a hearing in reference to this matter, and I do a follow-up on her.
30 days you think would be good?
Yeah, 30 days is sufficient to give me,
Motion that we continue this till October.
and maybe between now and then, we can set up an inspection date for you.
Motion and a second, all those in favor? Aye. Ayes have it.
Thank you very much. I see.
Item I, rental registration hearing on property located at 6819 Rosewood Avenue.
Yes, hello. I am asking to, for an appeal for a late registration, rental registration. The last notification my mother, Linda McCoy, received, who is the owner of the property, was when it came on a little blue card. I'm her daughter. I have power of attorney. I've taken over all of her bills as she's struggling with memory issues. So we did not get a notice this year, so therefore I did not know, but once I found out that we were past the registration time, I contacted the office in July to ask for this appeal.
The notices were on the water bill, right?
Yes, they were in the water bill.
Is the water, what, is Mrs. McCoy living with you in Naperville?
No, she lives in the property at 6822, 68 Holman, 6819 Rosewood is in the backyard. She gets all of her bills I pay all of her bills, but whether I have received all of the bills at any one given time, I don't remember seeing anything about the registration. I live in Illinois, so I'm not familiar.
Water, it would have been on the water bill, so if her water has been shut off yet, it would have, you probably got.
No, no.
That's what I'm saying, the water bill was paid, so the notice was in there.
Okay, I don't recall seeing it.
Just from now on, try to remember that before April 15th of every year, every year, the registration has to be done.
Okay,
Has to be,
I'll guarantee you always get a bill, but the deadline is April 15th every year.
okay,
They register on time every year. Yeah, okay.
thank you.
So is it just a single unit?
No, there's 5 units.
And she lives in one of them?
She lives in the building on the front part of the property.
So there's 5 units plus her single-family home.
Yes.
Okay.
But you've always registered before this the first time?
My mother's meticulous, or used to be very meticulous about, I mean, that property's been in my family since the early 1900s.
I'd like to make a motion that we not bill them for the penalty and that they just pay the $80 per unit to bring them extra day.
And that's for 14, right?
Right.
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. You can either pay today after the meeting, or you'll get a bill in the mail.
We'll pay today.
And if you want, ma'am, set it up with the building downstairs to have the mail sent to you. That way you're gonna get it for sure, like the notices and everything. And, I mean, I don't know about the water, but at least this stuff.
Yeah, you have to wait till after the meeting to pay it because we need to send that form down.
Okay,
But there's not too much more,
okay,
about half done maybe.
all right, thank you.
Item J, rental registration hearing on property located at 1739 Davis Avenue. Good morning.
I requested an appeal because I was not aware that, well, I couldn't sell the house. My realtor helped me get a renter, and I moved to Dyer. I never knew that there was such a bill or thing that existed, and then I got a late fee for $500.
It was always owner occupied until this year and then it was rented?
It was rented this year, correct, in March.
So you just moved out recently then, and moved to Dyer?
Yes,
And it's a one unit, it's a single family?
just a house,
It's a house?
single family.
Okay, just remember that if you continue to rent it, no, you can sell it, no problem, but if you continue to rent it next year before April 15th, the registration has to be done again, every year.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered for 14.
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor? Aye. Ayes have it, thank you.
You can do it after the meeting, or they'll mail you something in the mail.
After the meeting, or they'll mail it to me?
They'll send it to you, it's gotta be done within 30 days, or you can wait till afterwards and pay it today.
Okay, the attorney that sent me the letter said to just go to her office and pay it after this.
No, you gotta pay it here.
Oh, really? Okay, thanks.
You'll either get it in the mail or you can pay it after the meeting today.
I'm sorry?
You can pay it after the meeting today, or you get a bill in the mail.
Oh, okay,
Your choice.
all right, thank you.
Item L. I'm sorry, item K. Rental registration hearing on property located at 439 Vine Street.
Hi, that is my rental property. I don't want it to be a rental property, but I couldn't sell it, so it's a rental property. I know that that has to be paid by April 15th, and I honestly just overlooked it. I thought I paid it. I had the little thing in my purse from last year, and I just thought it was paid. I've had a crazy year. So as soon as I noticed that that was from 2013, I called and asked if I paid it this year, and she said no, and I came to pay it, and it was obviously July, so.
You got anything on it?
All I have is that Shields report, water bills mailed to the service address.
How long have you owned it, ma'am?
I've had it, I don't know, maybe 4 years.
Has it been rented during some time?
Most of that time, yes. I pay it every year. I wasn't trying to not pay it. I honestly
it's being
just,
paid every other
yes, I just,
I'd like to make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the 14 must be registered.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. You can wait till after the meeting, pay it today, or you will receive the bill in the mail.
okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Item L, rental registration hearing on property located at 6128 Wallace Road.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
I just bought the property in, I think in May. And we signed the lease in June 1st. And, but she just gave me the security deposit so that she can move in July 1st.
So you didn't,
And I just came to pay the rate and they say, well,
you didn't buy it until May this
No.
year, of 14?
no.
Okay. And, okay, how many units is it?
Just one single house.
Seven? Ninety?
Yeah. You can wait till
Make a motion to waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the $80.
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. You can pay today after the meeting, sir, or you will receive a bill in the mail.
Pay,
$80.
okay, so I just.
Just remember, from now on, it's before every.
No, I have another two houses and I always pay in time, so I know that.
Okay, very good, sir. Item M, rental registration hearing on property located at 1648 172nd Street.
Morning, gentlemen.
Mr. Weber.
I built this property 50 years ago and never had a violation of any sort, and all of a sudden, my tenant moved out, and I have a $500 fee, which I think is unreasonable. I never got notification. I always just get notification in January. No notification this year.
We're setting the water bill.
Well, but I don't pay the water bill, the tenant pays the water bill. So I'm sorry, but
Gotcha, no problem.
Yeah. Got anything, Jim?
you have a clause in your, lease with the tenant that if they're late on their payment, they have to pay a late fee?
no.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at $80.
The motion? Second.
There are two units there, 1646 and 48. It's a duplex.
Make a motion that both units must be registered.
Okay?
I'd like to rescind my first motion and make another motion that both units must be registered at.
Motion? Second. All those in favor? Ayes have it. You can pay today after the meeting, or you'll receive a bill in the mail.
Thank you very much.
Whoever. Rental registration hearing on property located at 6336 Holman Avenue.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
We lived there for about 9 years, and we moved to by O'Hare Park Ridge. So we rented it out because we couldn't sell it. So we weren't aware of this at all. So and our tenant pays the water bill. So
Is it a single family?
yeah.
How long have you been renting it out?
I think they moved in October.
About 13?
Yeah.
Prior to that, it wasn't rented?
No, we lived
Is
there.
it still for sale, or are you just gonna keep renting?
We're gonna put it back on the market. Yeah.
Well, just in case you don't sell it, from now on, just remember by April 15th.
April 15th.
For next year.
Okay.
Like, make a motion, we waive the late fee, but the $80.
Okay.
Motion? Second. All those in favor? Ayes have it. You can pay today after the meeting.
I can
or
pay
you'll
it today.
receive a bill in the mail.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Item O, rental registration hearing on property located at 4421 Wabash.
Good morning, gentlemen. I requested an appeal because I wasn't aware of this year's rental property fee. I've been paying my rental property fee since 2008. I have here last year's, but I guess I'm hearing that it came into our water bill. I guess, there's no excuses. I didn't pay attention. Right now I'm facing financial debts that I'm forward to pay them. And I think that fine of $500 is not gonna help me. I apologize.
Is this the only unit you own in the city besides the one you live on Schneider?
Yes.
Were you late in 2010 also? Well, let me rephrase that. You were late in 2010.
Let me check right now.
Charged you a $500 late fee then.
2010. 2010. No.
That looks right.
Yeah. No, this is the first time.
Motion that we waive the late fee, but you must be registered.
Second. Motion and a second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. You can pay today after the meeting, or you'll receive a bill in the mail.
Right now.
Every year, April 5th, before April 15th.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Item Q. P. I'm sorry, item P.
Anxious to get the meeting over.
I'm rolling. Rent a registration hearing and property located at 1516 Hoffman. Yes, sir.
I think I need a translator. My English is not that good, but I don't know if you can have a translator. I can translate myself, but I'm not sure. But
Let me try this. You live at 1516 Hoffman?
yes, sir.
Do you have a rental property on the same property?
Yes.
How many units?
4.
4 units, and
Four.
you live in one of them?
I live in one, yeah.
You got 3 renters.
Mhm.
How long have you owned the property?
Since 2007.
7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, you got anything?
And they over 13 and 14.
13 also?
Yes.
But it was paid prior to that?
Pardon me?
It was paid the previous year before that?
Yes, but I don't know if they were late previously or not. I didn't have time to check that.
So what happened in 13 that you didn't pay it?
I get sick really bad with diabetes, and then I lose my job for that. I've been in hospital many times, but I have another job, and then I'm trying to put everything back in the right thing, but that's the main problem I've been having.
So it's 4 units, but you live in one of them?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive the late fees, but both years have to be paid within the next 30 days at $80 per unit. So it would be
$480.
$480.
You need to pay that within 30 days, or you can pay it today.
Okay. I don't have that whole amount right now, but I will try.
You'll receive a bill in the mail. The motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item,
Agreement to rehabilitate property at 6537?
correspondence received requesting rental registration hearing. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Agreement to rehabilitate property located at 6537 Madison.
So they've agreed to do that, so I'd like to make a motion that we accept this agreement and sign off on it.
Second.
Motion, second, all in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Correspondence received requesting rental registration hearing.
How long is it going on? October. I'd like to make a motion that we schedule these for October 16th.
Motion,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item F, correspondence received from Mrs. Casella Scott, 6817 Wicker Avenue, requesting a residential parking only sign in front of her home.
Motion that we send that to public works.
Second. Motion, second, all in favor? Ayes have it. Item T, correspondence received from Mrs. Maria Luz Vera, requesting permission to have a Pony and Horse at a birthday party Sunday, September 7th, 2014 at 6628 Lyman Street, and permission to use the grass on the side of the bike trail for pony rides. You may have a band on the phone.
It might.
You send this to somebody?
Well, it's technically use of park property, so I think that needs to be referred to the park department too. We can approve it tentative, subject to park department approving it, because she wants to use park land as a bike park. Yeah, but we don't have a lot of time, because she wants to do this Sunday.
Make a motion that we approve it, but we need to send it over to Public Works and make sure that if there's any mess on the ground, that they clean it up.
The motion?
Second.
All in favor? Ayes have it. Item U, correspondence received from Mrs. Sharonda Tompkins, 6712 Marshall Avenue, requesting street closure on Saturday, September 6, 2014, for her daughter's birthday party.
She's not requesting any, what's this? Street closure.
Street closure.
And that's a Public Works. That's
And
the motion.
PD.
And PD.
Motion?
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Ayes have it. Item B, correspondence received requesting 176th Place and Feeder Streets be made one-way.
What is Feeder Street? Is there a construction in this?
Old Columbia Avenue. That area. This is all sent, this was C-Clip fixed.
What is that, like River Drive? I don't know, some of those are collectors and they shouldn't be one way. Let's refer that to Gary Gleason so that he can take a look at it.
It was on the 26th of June, from your department, there was no response, so let's send it over to Gary again.
The motion? Second. All in favor? Ayes have it. Item W, garage sale permits submitted for approval. Motion?
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Ayes have it. Item X, request for landlord approval, final drawings regarding the spring lease at the Hammond Police Department cell tower at Oakley Avenue and Fayette Street. That's the Sprint lease, by the way.
When you said it, Chris already said it was okay. Chris Cantor already approved it, so I'll make a motion that we approve also.
Motion?
Second.
There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item 6, matters from board members.
I have two. Attorney Cantor has approved this. There's a gentleman gonna fix up a house on Wilcox, and then he intends to live in it. So she already approved it. And I would like to make a motion to approve it all.
There's a motion?
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
I have another one, C-Clip fix, There's a person that would like to have a stop sign installed between the 16th and the 1700 block of 170th, I believe by the exit of the school parking lot for a stop sign, because there is no stop sign between that stretch, so I would say we send this over to Gary at Public Works also to take a look at that.
Yeah, Gary needs to do warrant study, so I'll make a motion that be referred to Gary Gleason.
Motion and a second. All those in favor? Ayes have it. Item 7, matters from other department heads or other representatives. Item 8, new business. Item 9, old business. Item 10, meeting is now open to the public. Yes, sir.
Good morning. My name is Marco Molina. I'm an attorney. I'm here on behalf of Lujano LLC. They own a property at 952 Hoffman, which is currently on a demolition, set for demolition.
Actually, demolition started today.
I was not aware of that. I know it can be demolished at any time. And that's why I'd been in contact with Attorney Cantor regarding this recently. There was an agreement to rehabilitate signed back in late May, and there was difficulty by Lujano. They could not get a bond. They tried as recently as a few weeks ago, again, could not get a bond. I communicated that to Attorney Cantor. She told me it was going to proceed, and she recommended that it was out of her hands that I should come talk to the board. And I know it can be demolished at any time at this point. There was a $10,000 bond was part of the issue. They have a contractor who can perform the work and has given them an estimate of about $35,000 to make the repairs required in that agreement to rehabilitate.
35,000?
Yes. And they have now, actually what they wanted to request, because they couldn't get a bond for $10,000, in order to try and stop the demolition and make the repairs, they would be willing to put up $10,000. I don't know what the procedure would be, but put it up with the board if there's an account where that could be put up, just in case they don't make the repairs in a certain time, that money would be available to the city immediately.
Are they demolishing it right now?
I haven't been out there.
How was it?
I got a text this morning that they're starting the demolition. I texted Chris Cantor to let her know. She said, okay. So whether the machine is there and it's knocked down right now, I don't know. But this has been going on for many months. And Chris finally said, we're not waiting any longer. Send him a letter telling him to get all of his belongings out of the building. And they scheduled the demolition to start today.
Part of the issue also is we have never had an explanation of what this building's gonna be.
What is it now?
It was a bar.
Oh, is it the one that burned?
Yes.
So
Right.
we
And
don't know
has,
what
has,
use is.
has there been any work done on it since it burned?
There was work, demolition was done, there was a court case for that, working without a permit license. That was 2 years ago.
Previous owner.
New owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that was previous owner that
I'm
was.
saying, but is it,
Sat vacant for over a year.
yeah,
Still, so you'd have to go to zoning, whatever you're gonna do to get the approval. If it's gonna be a residence or whatever, you're still gonna go to BZA and get a change of use. And that's never happened.
I mean, if it's being torn down now, it's kind of a moot point right at this point.
Well, there was no one there. He was here, but right before the meeting, there was nobody there. They were there at the property before.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there stuff in the building now that he owns?
Yes.
How come he didn't take notice before this to either schedule to get everything out before today? I mean, we had a meeting last week, last Thursday.
Right.
Because if it's getting torn down now, I don't know that there's anything I can't go out there and stop the payload.
Right. Well, the only thing I can say is, I understand there's been delays. They actually have $10,000 they could put with the city right now, that if there's not repairs made shortly, could be used towards demolition cost.
I don't see at this point if we could say, well, go ahead and take the money and there's a backhoe.
I agree.
Building on it. I mean.
But I believe if we could possibly reach an agreement just till next week at least, where we post the money, if they can be called off today, allow us to come back next week, or we can post the money by the end of the week.
Post it right now. Cash.
Whichever, yeah, certified check. Right.
We had trouble getting a bond. Are they gonna have the money to rehab it, or gonna sit there vacant
No,
for the neighbors a few more years?
No, they understand there's a huge risk. They're putting the money up. They've basically been working on trying to get money together, working with the contractor. And again, they ran into this issue with the bond. I don't know why.
You have a $10,000 certified check with you right now?
No, we have to go to the bank and get it. My son's right outside. And I was just there this morning. And I just flew in from Phoenix because
But they're prepared to make it today, though. I mean, if.
Jim?
Dan Taylor's ready to go ahead.
Nobody tried to stop a demolition at the last moment like this.
Counselor, I think you gotta get with City Attorney Cantor and, better sit upstairs and wait for her to come in. She's not coming in. I mean, that's your best bet, and I mean, Jim, unless you wanna pull a contractor.
I had discussed it with her. She told me to bring it to the board because it was basically.
Jim.
I discussed it with her about an hour ago.
Okay, let me ask you this. He's gonna go to the bank and get a certified check today. If he could get back here by noon, can you get a hold of somebody to hold off? If he gives you who's gonna give the check to, Stan? Law department?
It's gotta go to the law department,
If he comes back with a check by noon, can you, whoever's doing it, I don't know if it's J&M or whoever's doing
I think the
it.
first thing, somebody from building needs to go out there and make sure that they haven't already started.
I mean, if they're giving you a $10,000 certified check, they want to do something. If they bring it back to you today, I guess it shows that they're trying to do something. And if we give them a time frame and they don't do nothing, then they lose the $10,000.
Exactly.
So it's up,
He has an attorney involved. His attorney has to meet with our attorney. Okay? I don't get involved with the attorney. So Chris Cantar tells me that it's on hold. We have a contractor out there working.
But I think the city can call the contractor. I mean, if we bring it back by noon, if they bring it back by noon, I think the city has the authority to tell someone whether they're going to demolish or not, since it's doing city work.
Well, how many months has this been going on? It seems
The
like
rehabilitation
plenty of
agreement was signed in late May,
It was clearly a year before that this issue was.
but that was with previous owners. So that was with previous owners, though.
Then on the day of the demolition, you want us to stop the demolition, which may have already started. I don't know.
You're right, you gotta find out if there's been a backhoe in that building or not. Other than that, it won't matter. If he gets a certified check, if we end up taking it, great. If not, he puts it back in the bank. Well, someone's gonna have to go over Chris Cantar to waive this off.
Hey, if he mobilizes and he's got stuff out there and he's ready to do the demolition.
I agree. If he's there.
I mean, it's
like,
He hasn't done
Because
the
if
demo.
he sends a guy home, he's gotta pay him for the day, an operator.
That could come out of the 10,000 posted if there's any fees already incurred.
You know, Board of Work authorizes the demo, so, I mean, if you want to move to contact the contractor and pull them off the job, that's your prerogative, and give them till noon to bring the $10,000 check in, and this way you're gonna get your, at the minimum, you're gonna get your demo money back. And you've gotta see Chris Cantar today, and I mean, no exceptions, and that check's gotta be in here by noon.
And Ms. Cantar, if you call her and tell her you're talking about a house on Hoffman, we have a bunch of demos. She might not even,
She would know. On this case, I've talked to her a couple times, so.
everybody's talking to everybody, but nothing's getting done.
Right.
We got an inspector going by to see if they're out there doing the demolition.
Can he stop them if they are, Kelly, for right now?
He doesn't have the authority.
If they're started, this is all.
Well, Jim, do you have the authority to stop them?
If they're started, I don't think that we wanna stop.
Oh,
them,
I don't
because
either.
They may have caused some structural damage.
Oh, I agree there.
Yeah, so.
Unless
I think
Chris
the thing
says
is,
stop it.
You guys can go out there, see if they're started. If they haven't started, ask them not to do anything until next week, and then we'll see if we can get this worked out between the two attorneys. That's the only thing I think we can do. This is, because we're gonna have everybody running in here saying that they got a check on the last day when the equipment's out there.
Well, this isn't even a civil hearing. So
Right.
It's coincidental that the backhoe's out there today, or it's supposed to be out there today, and the permit's been pulled. They could have came in next week and it had already been done. We
But
need,
you're gonna have a vacant lot, the alternative, you're gonna have a vacant lot and, a lien for the demolition cost.
I've got
I hear you.
plenty of vacant lots. Part of the other problem is, I don't know what this building's gonna be used as. It's gonna have to get zoning approval anyway. Someone needs to contact Chris and find
But
out.
at least you
what
have
it is.
10 grand to figure it out, or Walter's figuring it out.
We got an inspector going to see if it's gonna be torn, if it's torn down, or being torn down, or what it is. Someone needs to get hold of
If
Chris
they've
and find out. what
started,
it
we
is.
can't stop them.
I agree. If there's backhoe's been in there, it's done.
It's brick, right?
No, that's what Frank, yeah.
So then I'll make a motion that the inspections goes out there, see if they started. If they've started, we're gonna let them continue, but if they haven't, you're gonna ask them to stop.
As long as Chris says to stop it.
Yeah.
I did, that's again, you need to talk to Chris Cantar. I won't tell the contractor to stop. It's got a permit and a contract to do the job. Contract's been signed.
It is under contract, yeah. If he's mobilized out there, we shouldn't really mess with it.
I agree.
Because then we're gonna end up paying him for the whole day for the operator to be out there.
I agree, again, that's why I suggest someone get ahold of Chris and find out.
If he hasn't scheduled the work for today, then I think we have the ability to say, well, hold off. We're gonna see if we got a
I think that's,
worked out here.
I think that's reasonable, but again, we need to have Chris Cantar give us that order.
You know, take the 10 grand and get some mobilization, and they'll work it out, that, you know, cover the mobilization costs. But like I said, I mean, without Attorney Cantar, that's where we are. Get the check in here, but before noon, and get with Attorney Cantar.
He's running to the bank.
So you want to restate that motion?
We changed it so much now.
If they're mobilized, I mean, if they're tearing it down, I mean, there's nothing we can do. But if they, you know, if they haven't started, and you can get in here by noon with the $10,000 check, get it to the law department, get with Attorney Cantar today, get something worked out, otherwise this place is gone.
And that's my motion.
Second. Motion second, all those in favor? Ayes have it.
I'll know in 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay. And just for clarification, that check would be made out to the City of Hammond Law Department? Is that just the City of Hammond, and then taken to the law department? Okay.
Make it up to him.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else in the public wish to address the board?
Motion adjourned.
Second. Motion second, all in favor?